Hello everyone, welcome back to the channel. It is an absolutely disgusting day here in Los Santos. It's smoggy and it just looks terrible this time of the afternoon. Wow, I'm honestly very surprised. We have a beautiful view of the city, except you can't really see the city because the smog is just blocking it all out. Anyways, today is Tuesday, and as you guys know, tomorrow on Wednesday, Rockstar will be previewing to us early their new GTA Online update event details, information, all that type of stuff before the changes take effect live in-game early Thursday morning at about 4 a.m. Central Time for those of you in the US. Convert that to your local time zone to get the time it goes live for you. But on Tuesdays, I like to give you guys a refresher and a reminder of everything going away. And I know the big deal this past week has been the new Mansions DLC, but we had a weekly update with some bonuses, some great vehicle discounts, honestly, on some amazing cars, some limited time rare and removed vehicles, plus some free cars you definitely want to pick up. And I want to make sure that you don't miss out. So if you are kind of confused on what's going on this week or some opportunities, this car you can see on screen is one of many that we're going to be talking about. So without further ado, let's get started. When it comes to a reminder of the money bonuses for this week, really the big one that we have, honestly, is on the Math Lab sale missions, and this also includes the pharmaceutical research product at your nightclub because that corresponds to the actual Math Lab itself. So instead of me going over there and showing you, I just want to remind you, of course, you can apply your mansion services boost. You go to business production boost. If you have a mansion, then you can attribute that to the Math Lab this week, because normally the Math Lab will pay you out in pure profit. This is a profit per hour numerical breakdown, about $223,000 per hour. But with the production boost at your mansion that speeds it up by 200% or reduces your production time by 66%, you're making $446,000 per hour with that business. So that's one of the bonuses, but we also have the featured series mode for this week. It's actually a race. The hot ring races, the hot ring circuit races, these are all paying out triple money and triple RP, depending on how many players you have in the session. I mean, I just played one to test it out. Relatively few players, like less than 5 or 6, and I didn't spend much time on it, but I did place first and I got $35,000. You could probably make over 100K if you have like a full session, like a full crew session that you're running this with. And then don't forget the community race series is also paying out double money and double RP, or 4 times for GTA Plus members. And the last bonus money opportunity for the week is the weekly challenge. Anyone can do this. You complete the No Way Out missions finale as a leader and you will make $400,000. You don't need to own the mansion to start the storyline. That's just for, the quote unquote secret Michael mission. You can do the rest of the No Way Out missions plus the finale for money, and you don't need to own a mansion for those original missions. When it comes to your major property discount for this week, you can get 40% off the Math Lab, including all of its associated upgrades and modifications. And honestly, the locations are sort of interesting here. The one that I own, I believe you can get, it's the cheapest. You can get it for about 546K this week, I want to say. But if you're looking for a location in the city because you play in invite-only sessions, and so there's no reason to keep your vehicles and your business way out up in Blaine County, you can get one of the other ones that they'll just be more expensive. But the one that's sort of middle of the map, and the one that I own, is the cheapest option out of this bunch, and you can see the prices here at 40% off. Like we talked about with the bonuses, you're making double money on the Math Lab sale missions this week. Is it worth buying the Math Lab right now just to take advantage of the bonus? We're at the tail end of it, so not really, but if you want it for later, of course, to sell to street dealers, use it for your nightclub because you need pharmaceutical research for the nightclub to take advantage of the warehouse, then I would say obviously it's worth investing in, so just get the cheapest location. Here at the Diamond Casino and Resort, your Lucky Wheel podium vehicle that you have just a few days left to try and get lucky and unlock is the Ubermacht SC1. And I gotta be honest, when it comes to the Supercars Classic category, because believe it or not, this vehicle is a supercar, this is almost at the bottom of the totem pole, just above the Coil Voltic. But nonetheless, it doesn't mean it's a terrible vehicle, it just would make more sense as a sports car. I don't know why it's not. You have decent acceleration with it, 124 mile an hour top speed, which is not great. One of the more slower supercars overall. Really good braking performance. One of the biggest strengths as well is its handling too. It's very, very stable, lots of grip, responsive steering as well. Maybe a resupply at the bunker as a mystery unlock. That's interesting. Okay. Rear wheel drive with that car, so you're gonna get a little bit of oversteer sometimes, but it's controllable. And like I said, not a meta race car, but it's still fun to drive around. And I did review it a couple days ago in my free vehicles guide, so I'll link that below so you can check it out and see like the full review and my full thoughts as I drive it here in game. Here we have your LS Car Meet prize ride for the next few days, and in order to unlock it, you do need to, of course, complete the prize ride challenge, which for this specific week isn't too bad. You just need to place top 3 in LS Car Meet series races for 2 days in a row, so just jump into a drag race with one other player for 2 days in a row, and you have this vehicle. When it comes to the Entity XXR, just like any other entity, the Entity MT that released with the Drug Wars update, or even the Overflawed Tyrant, you have really bad engine resistance. So your acceleration is going to be noticeably weaker. Your top speed is going to be worse because of that. It's about 123 miles an hour, which is pretty average for the supercars class, I will be honest. But it's a great looking car. Underwhelming performance besides maybe just like a good turning radius, and that's about it. But it's a beautiful looking car. I mean, that's a beautiful looking car. It's just not going to be competitive for racing, which is unfortunate, because not only do you have engine resistance, you have the other 3 advanced handling flags as well, and that just kills the utility of this car in a competitive nature. Here at the salvage yard, we have our 3 vehicle robberies available through the date of December the 17th. So the Inus DD on the right here, this is the top range car for the week. It's featured in the McToney robbery. Next, we have our mid-range, the Lampadati Viserys, featured in the Duggan robbery, definitely the easiest of the week. And then the low-range vehicle, the bottom tier, the Ubermax Sentinel Classic, featured in the cargo ship robbery. None of them are claimable. At the gun van, we have some pretty cool pickups for this week. So the combat shotgun is featured here. This is going to be 50% off for all players in the game. And then if you have GTA Plus, you could take advantage of 40% off this compact EMP launcher. For everyone else who doesn't have it, of course, just like me, this would be a 100% price. So not discounted or anything like that. The tactical SMG is worth picking up here because it's a gun van exclusive weapon. The marksman rifle is featured here. The normal pump shotgun, mine's grayed out because I have the pump shotgun Mark II. Then we also have the Widowmaker. So I would definitely say pick up the combat shotgun because it's on discount, and definitely pick up that tactical SMG because you absolutely need this. Definitely a great replacement for the normal, standard, typical mini SMG you've probably been using for years. When it comes to our vehicle discounts, we have honestly some really good opportunities for this week. And just in case, even if you are sort of broke after buying a mansion, I would highly recommend you put some of your remaining money towards some of these cars because they are good value. First, the Garati Turismo Amagio, 30% off, some of the best handling from a supercar in the game. Absolutely a must buy. The Shyster Deviant, you can get this for 30% off for $358,000. This is a great car. It's a pretty fun muscle car to drive. I would say like it's closer to average performance than top tier, but that being said, it's one of the most fun because you're right on the edge of control driving this vehicle all the time, and that's a sweet spot for a car to be in this game. Next up, the Pfister Comet Safari for 497 grand. This is a cool car and it's worth owning, but I don't think you should buy it because very likely this week for the Christmas update, when we get it, it's going to be probably a 2-week event with the snow and all the Christmas content. The Pfister Comet Safari will likely be a claimable salvage yard vehicle with the gift wrap livery or the candy cane livery, I forget which it is. So just in case, I mean, you know, if you have to pay full price because we don't get that as a claimable vehicle next week, then it's not like you're out a ton of cash, you're just saving 200 grand, but it would be nice to save 500 and gamble on that if it is claimable next week. And it's likely because it's a Christmas themed vehicle with that livery. Progen GP1 is definitely worth a buy. Amazing, like original hypercar heritage. You can get it for 882 grand at 30% off. Pegasi Osiris, the car you saw at the beginning of today's video, also a beautiful one. If you like the Progen T20, you will like the Pegasi Osiris in this game. 1.365 million, 30% off, definitely worth it. Pfister Astron is on sale for 30% off, 1.106 million. Since it's not the Pfister Astron Custom, I think you can pass on it, it's okay. Next up, the Vapid Dominator GTT at 640 grand at 30% off, definitely worth picking up, along with its other related sort of vehicle here, not the exact same, but similar. We have the Vapid Ellie here. This is a $395,000 vehicle. I would say performance-wise, these are kind of similar, albeit different. You just got to own them and drive them to see the difference on the road. The Innis Minimus, if you want to pay $1 million for a Nissan Maxima, even while it is 30% off, knock yourself out, but I will be stecking away from this. Then we have the Canis Castigator, $1.155 million. This released with a bottom dollar bounties update, and I gotta be honest, it's not terrible, but that is expensive for what you get out of this car, I guess. Like, if I priced it, I would price it at maybe 700K or something, since it is a newer vehicle and it needs to be more expensive than OG ones, but you know, it's a small little Jeep in the game. And then the last discount you can get is the Vapid Trophy Truck, $385,000 at 30% off. It's cheap enough, I would recommend just buying it. Originally, when this weekly update came out, I said, I don't think you're gonna ruin your gameplay experience by getting it or not getting it. You know, at $400,000 is kind of just like, whatever. If you want it, then get it. I would just say the Desert Raid's probably a little bit better for off-roading. Same with the Declassy Draugr and certainly the Canis Camacho as well. But owning a trophy truck would be cool. If only there were sand dunes in this game to go jumping on the whoops and all that. That would be pretty cool. Next up at the LS car meet, jumping into our 3 test drive cars. Well, first of all, the Weenie EC Rally is the premium vehicle that's featured over here in that corner of the LS car meet. But in terms of the other test drive cars that are available for everyone, not just for players on Enhanced, we have these 3 beauties right here. First, we'll start off with this pink one. This is the Benefactor Serrano right here. Very stylish. It's a very stable sports car. Really strong rear wheel power that's gonna oversteer on slippery roads, but generally I'd say it delivers pretty smooth and competitive handling for its class. Definitely a good car. If you want to pick it up for $110,000, I feel like the value is there. Next up, we have, this is the Dubachi Rapid GT Cabrio. In terms of a vehicle, it's very punchy off the line, but it is weighed down in races by super heavy steering. It has a really wide turning radius, pretty bad crash resilience. It's best for driving on long flowing routes on a road rather than like a super technical twisty track. But again, if you want to pick it up, it is going to run you a very cheap $140,000, so you won't waste tons of your money. Then we have this beautiful Dubachi JB700 right here. Not to get confused with the JB700W, this one lacks the armed capabilities. Of course, you can see these front-mounted machine guns, but they're just props. They don't actually function. But still, nonetheless, it's a lightweight Aston Martin DB5 inspired classic. You get solid speed, excellent drift control, very strong, very stable, but again, lacks any weaponry like the JB700W actually has. If you want to pick this one up, it's going to run you $350,000. At Simeon's Premium Deluxe Motorsport car dealership and this in-game vendor for this week, we have the following 5 vehicles, some of which we've seen kind of recently, some others we haven't, so let's just jump in. First on the left here is the Vapid Hustler. It's just a hot rod style muscle car. Pretty decent straight line speed, to be honest, but because it's a hot rod, it's got super poor handling, and the braking is going to make tight or technical tracks, if you're racing this car, a big challenge. It's not meant for like taking turns, it's just meant for going in a straight line, but you can get it for $664,000. Delivery is pretty cool this week. Next up, this is the Western Rat bike here in the game. It's rugged, it's loud, it's just a completely stripped down, rusted out motorcycle that's very similar to the Wolfsbane if you've ridden that around. It's got basically copy and pasted performance, solid 124 mile an hour top speed, average maneuverability, but it's not too expensive. It's only 48 grand. Next up, this is probably my favorite from here, the Dubachi Rapid GT Classic. This is a super sharp, eye-catching 1972 to 1989 Aston Martin V8 series sports car. With this, you get pretty decent grip, noticeable high-speed oversteer though, so that's something to keep in mind. And the braking isn't the best, but I gotta be honest, when you customize this car, put a paint job on it that you like and customize it to your liking as well. It doesn't have the most customization options, but you can just make this car look so good. I'd take the Flames livery off. I would say like a royal blue with some white walled tires. If you can put some Benny's rims on here, if you glitch them on, it can look absolutely incredible, but you need to do like some sort of vehicle merge glitch for that. Either way, just any sort of paint job, you'll definitely rock it with this car, and it's going to run you $910,000. Next up, this is the Dinka Enduro right here. It's a pretty lightweight bike. It's maneuverable off-road, classic Honda styling of old XL250s and XL350s, but it is held back by a low top speed, and it's not even eligible for off-road races, which is really sad, to be honest. It would be fun to use it in that $48,000 purchase price. And then finally, this is the Ocelot Locust. This is a great paint scheme and color combination right here. I gotta be honest. That being said, it's a super lightweight car, just excellent for the track because of that. Quick accelerating, amazing agility, 119 mile an hour top speed, which is honestly kind of quick for this. Very prone to oversteer though if you're not really experienced in driving this car, so just keep that in mind. And obviously open cabin design, so you may just get headshotted driving this around in public lobbies. Expensive though, $1,654,000 this week. We are going to be wrapping everything up right here, ladies and gentlemen, so thank you guys so much for watching today's video. If you did go on to enjoy, or if you just found the information helpful, a like rating would be very much appreciated. It always helps out the channel. And of course, if you are new and you would like to see more GTA Online content like this, highly recommend at least considering subscribing to the channel for more GTA Online content just like this every single day. Also, please feel free to check me out over on Twitch, Twitter, and Instagram, specifically at twitch.tv/hazardoushtv for more GTA Online money grinding live streams. We are going hard with the Mansions DLC, and we are not stopping anytime soon. So have a fantastic day. I will see you guys tomorrow afternoon with the new weekly update news and information. See you guys then. Adios, amigos.